What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Happy Thursday. One more day to go before the weekend. And for some of us, we have an extra day off for Monday. So hopefully you're among that crew. I hope you had an awesome week. It has been a full 4 days of getting a bunch of figure reveals, a lot of which I'm excited about. Toy Fair is just a few more days away. Hopefully, we'll see a bunch of stuff. Don't forget to get your wish list ready as we break those down at the top of the next hour. Before I go any further, let's make sure to send a shout out to the Lyles Figure Files VIP members. That is Vintage Bob, Alan, Bro, John Morrissey, Vince, Graham Tuttle, Pixelated Poses, DJ No Good, Doom Customs, and the Year One Plus members, Retro Robo Toys, Nathan William, Robert Hayes, MOC Turtle, Tom Finn 2018, Jay Woods, Ryan Daly, Henry G, Lawson Wallace, David Theros, James Green, Lefty Two Lions BK, Blake Tarpley, and Jamelin Parks. And guys, I got some big news because as you all know, we got the big, massive figure giveaway, March Madness giveaway on March the 4th, the 5th, March 5th. I can look at the calendar correctly. And for the VIP members, you all get a very special giveaway that is coming from our friend over at Retro Robo Toys, the McFarlane Page Punchers Jessica Cruz. This figure looks amazing, and I haven't got her yet, so I will be entering into this one. And yeah, this is a big one. So remember, VIP member only giveaway. So if you're not on that sheet, you're not going to be in the running for this one. And also, VIP members, you got to be present on the giveaway for this. So I'm going to do a roll call, and I'm going to give you a heads up. This one probably will not start until maybe like after 9 o'clock on March 5th. So for those of you latecomers, you can still get in there, get a chance to get this amazing looking figure, pair up with Simon Bass. So remember, VIP members only for that one. There you go. Really simple way to be a VIP member. You'll see that join button and you can sign up and be a VIP member. And that is how you will get this Jessica Cruz figure. You'll be in the running for her. Also, let's give a shout out to the Lyles Figure Files super supporters, Lawson Wallace, Retro Robo Toys, Nathan William, and my little brother, Jason Lyles. Thank you so much. And I remembered here that I'm using the old one. So Quaman Taylor, who is also a VIP member, got to make sure I get the right one because I've been using the old one for so long, but you're definitely in there as well, my friend. And while I'm speaking on it, make sure to head on down to Retro Robo Toys. He's got all kinds of cool stuff. Remember, $5 flat rate shipping, $10 Retro Robo cargo shipping. I don't know why I was going to say carbo shipping. $75 and up, you get free shipping. So nowadays, that's more than 3 Marvel Legends and basically any regular figure from Hasbro. Retro Robo Cargo, buy now, ship later option. Orders held until you decide, I want it. So, like the pile of loot over at Big Bad Toy Store, you've got that. You pay $10 for the flat rate shipping, so you can get 40 things and you can still get in there. And then Retro Robo Rewards, earn points to redeem your rewards. Use rewards to earn discounts. 101 rewards ratio. So there you go. Excuse me, I had a massive belch there and lots of cool stuff. And as always, DC figures, Marvel, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Masters of the Universe, all there and waiting for you. I will go through a bunch of these figures, but just a quick breeze through, which you can pre-order right now. The new arrivals, including Crazy Legs, the Blockies, Transformers, Galaxy version 4, so you can get a bunch of Constructicons, Dinobots, Ultra Magnus, Shockwave. There you go. Cool stuff. Blue Streak. Oh no, that's Smokescreen. And then Galaxy version 1 with Optimus, Ratchet, Skywarp, Prowl, Blue Streak, Megatron, Thundercracker, Ironhide, I think that's Hound. Can't quite make that one out. Anyway, then you've got this 2-pack, which is really amazing. If you don't have it, the Hank Pym, Giant Man, and Wasp 2-pack, really great. Thundercracker Studio Series is in. So is Jango Fett. These are there. So if you want them right now, you can add them to your collection. And don't hesitate because some of this stuff is selling out. You can get the Flash Platinum Edition, Jay Garrick, Professor Pig, Elongated Man, a whole bunch of other stuff over at Retro Robo Toys. Now let's go see what's going on over in the chat. And I saw a lot of people responding to the question already. I have starred all your comments to save for later. So, guys, howdy, partner. How are you tonight? G Brew, what's going on? Brian P. For reals. How do you do, fellow kids? What up? Yeah. All about the villains. Yeah. Yeah. What's up with you? Omega 579. Hey. What's happening? What's going on with you? I'm deep in Olympic fever right now. I have watched so much. And of course, when you watch during the day, during work, the primetime broadcast just doesn't hit the same because you've already watched it. So let's see, a lot of people responded. Okay. Justin Solo. Whoa, I'm late. Hey, Toy Tubing crew. What up, Justin? I did see those Star Wars. I'm going to post those real soon. Lost in Wallace. Greetings, one and all. Hello, Jeff. Hey, man, how are you? What's the word on the streets? It's cold still. How's everything with you? Vin Doom, it's Figure Files time. And to my main man, Jeff, what it is. What up, Vin Doom? Shout out to Retro Robo for fixing a mistake on my part when he didn't have to. Support Retro Robo Toys. Absolutely. Blake Tarpley's here. What's up, Jeff and the Figure Files crew? What up, Blake? All about the villains. It's Cody Raheem Rhodes time. Hit that like button. Yes, thank you. I appreciate all of you who do. And one thing, Blake reminded me with the likes. So, as you all know, Toy Fair is this weekend. You've got to have a certain amount of followers, subscribers, what have you, to be entered into the press to be able to go to Toy Fair. I am not quite at that threshold. So, if you are watching on the casual, I would love for you to hit that subscribe, that follow button just to help me out the numbers. I would love to get to 10,000 by the summer. Right now, we're around the end of the eights. We're closing in on 9,000. I would love to hit 10,000 before July, though. So let's see what we can do. So next year, this time, I will be doing a live from a hotel room because I'll be getting ready to report on Toy Fair. So we'll see. Just keep moving in that direction. We'll see what happens. Vin Demo saving yours. Lost in the saving yours. I feel like I'm going to be doing this a lot. JMC, what's up, Jeff and crew? What's up, JMC? How are you? Absolutely. We missed Justin, aka 80s Kid. I'm very glad to have him back. King Collector's here. The king is in the building. What's up, y'all? What's up, royalty? William Rodriguez. What's up, man? Good evening, y'all. How are you tonight, my friend? D. Sanchez is here too. What's up, everyone? What's going on, man? Frank Breyer. Hey, how are you? All about the villains. YouTube. Are you satisfied with this notification? Very satisfied. Awesome. Glad to hear that. I am going to answer your question very soon, Lawson. Yeah, let me see here. I had to figure out how to remember that one. Jamelin, fans always seem to want to see a ton of reveals from Toy Fair. I guess in recent years it's had a higher profile, but there's always been a true trade show, not a convention. Yes. I'm going to start what you wanted to see. Retro Robo Toys. What's up, Jeff and the Figure Files crew? What up, man? How are you tonight? Oh, what's up, everyone? What's up, Jamelin? King Elector, you've been looking for, I assume, Jessica Cruz? She is hard to find. Yeah. What up, Maurice? Good time zone, peeps. Easy Readers here. What's up, gang? King Collector. Is Jessica Cruz going to be available on Retro Robo's website? I don't think he has enough Jessica Cruz figures to put on the website. So he is doing this via a giveaway because it was just really competitive for retailers. You know, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth don't have a plethora of her either. So there's only one way through this window. You can get her. Kwame, hey, I got a shout out. Awesome. My apologies. I thought I had my updated VIP members list up there, and it was just like, why is your name not there? But absolutely, Lawson, you have to love Absorbing Man. He wears no shirt. I mean, he's ripped. Why would you put a shirt on? I mean, he's putting all that time in the prison gym. He needs to show off the guns and keeps his prison pants on, anticipating reincarceration. Yeah, man, he is absolutely not getting back out of the system. He knows what's going to happen here with him. Yep, there you go. Beat me to it. Henry G, what's going on, Jeff? What up, man? Hey, my Figure Pals crew. Hope you all are having an exquisite week. It's even better now, my friend. How about you? 1216 Anarchist, what's going on? Good evening, Jeff and crew. Missed quite a few weeks, but great to see you all again. Stoked for a classic Falcon. Me too. French judge in the Olympics is a sham. Rick Cage, greetings, Centurions. Power Extreme. How fare thee all? Quite well. How about you, Rick Cage? Patrick P. Hey. Jessica Cruz was available for shipping briefly on GameStop's website, but did she get canceled before anyone got her? Kwame Taylor, I'm so excited for Classic New Mutants, so I'm already happy going into New York Toy Fair. Absolutely. All right, cool. I have caught up to the chat. That's a new one. Let me do this. So, lots of stuff dropped this week. Let's get into them in greater detail. But first, since both of them are here now, let's get into what you all got this week. For me, very slow week. I did get, because they finally put it back on sale, the Ultimate Edition Coliseum Collection version of Ultimate Warrior, only the 18th version of him in this format. And Honky Tonk Man, he's cool. He's cocky. He's bad. So really happy to get Honky Tonk Man. Ultimate Warrior is fine. It's just like they have done a slew of him. And the only one of those sets I still need to get is the Papa Shango and Ultimate Warrior set and King Kong Bundy and Jesse the Body Ventura. But it's just, I have so many Ultimate Warrior figures and he was fine. Very colorful outfits, all kinds of color combinations. But I really wish they had shown this much passion and devotion to getting us more Macho Man and Sting figures, especially Sting when he was available. I guess Macho Man when he was available, because an Ultimate Edition Sting figure would have been one of my favorites in the whole line. So disappointing, but at least we have 40 Ultimate Warrior figures in this fashion. Ryan Daly, just wanted to say my Transformers collection was complete until y'all convinced me I had to upgrade half my Decepticons. Well, my friend, there's some more news on that end too. And I'll get to that in just a second. But first, let's show what Henry G got. As usual, a massive haul. So much cool stuff. I'm trying to remember, of course, he did tell me two of these items are not from Retro Robo Toys. Everything else is from Retro Robo. So very cool. A lot of Transformers, a lot of Marvel Legends, a lot of DC Multiverse from McFarlane Toys, a couple G.I. Joes, or actually just one G.I. Joe, the Grim Viper, some Motu, the Mantenna, or Mosquito and Mantenna are very cool figures. I'm happy with those too. And yeah, Inhumans and Deathbird and Gladiator, two really fun sets. Rick Cage also sent along his pickups for the week. Giant size X-Men Banshee, marked down to $15. Cosmic Legion's Dragoseer, I guess that's how you say it. Studio Series Thundercracker, and the Serpent Soldiers from Four Horsemen's Cosmic Legions, and the green shirt from G.I. Joe Classified series. So that's very cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to opening up more of my stuff. Let's see. Henry G with the massive stack. Zounds. Yeah. Henry G. Yeah, man. He really came through for it, right? Nice haul, Henry G. Vin Doom had some great pickups thanks to the wife. Nice. She came home from Target with Extant, Dark Stars, John Stewart, and Jessica Cruz Green Lantern. Nice. Also, Akuma showed up and picked up a Joy Toy Warhammer figure. Very cool. You got some good stuff as well. Let me see here. I can. And yes. 283. Yes. That was a really fun issue too, Jamelin. I'm trying to remember. Was this right around the time they were doing that? One of my early comics and introduction to the Absorbent Man and Titania was the Amazing Spider-Man 283. Always buy that issue when I see it. Maybe Jeffrey will pull it up on the screen. He will. And yeah, I mean, it's funny. And my figure text thread, they were saying that Titania and Absorbent Man have the healthiest marriage in the Marvel Universe. And you don't really have to think too long because, yes, it is true. They've been holding together, doing what they love best together, and have a great partnership. So I know some people are upset. Oh man, why isn't Absorbent Man showing any absorption? And for me, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather have a plain one. And that way, if you want to do anything else, you can imagine or just paint it up as you want. But really, we needed a basic one. I had so many phased in Absorbing Mans, it kind of limits him to just that look. But a basic plain one works out just fine for me. All right, there we go. Cool. Let's see. Dang! King Collector. Speaking of Absorbing Man, I'm passing on the new. My favorite Absorbing Man is the Toy Biz Hulk series one with the white and black striped pants. I'm going back to get that one for the shelf. It is a really cool figure. Not as much articulation, of course. I feel like Toy Biz did two versions of Absorbing Man. And yes, this was that really cool. Let's see if I can get a good picture. For everybody who doesn't remember it, I had this one as my Absorbing Man for a long time. And I'm trying to remember if he actually came with that safe. If so, I'm upset that I got rid of it. It's very cool, but I mean, look at this one. He's half changed into steel, like maybe his wrecking ball. Shout out Miley Cyrus. And his hand, which is holding it, is plain still. So he's one where you kind of get locked into a look and he's just permanently like that. So I get why people wanted some visual representation of his powers, but for any neutral kind of thing, it's best to have that and maybe come up with some swappable limbs. I would have been upset with that, but I'm really happy that the basic figure is just basic. Blake, speaking of Decepticons, I finished Transformers Energon Collected Book 1 through 6, and the Decepticons are diabolical, downright evil. They love to squish things. I'll leave it at that for those who read. Yeah, man, they were the worst. And at this point in the arc, you haven't even seen the big guy yet. I mean, it's like crazy. And how they set up everything for G.I. Joe is wild. But yeah, I'm so glad you read it. And yeah, it just keeps getting better, man. And issue 29 came out Wednesday or just yesterday, and very good. Also, on my unsolicited, you should read because they're awesome comic books from yesterday. Geiger 21 is doing a crossover with Redcoat, and it's been really, really fun. I love Redcoat, love Geiger, and Rook Exodus. Those are my three favorite of the Ghost Machine books. They're all exceptional. And Geiger, is doing something really fun right now. And if you have not read those books, go back to the beginning, read those early trades. You will not regret it. They're very fun, excellent reads. And for people who are upset with what's going on in Marvel, because I just saw, I have to pull this up from my phone because it's just like, I'm not going to try to find this image online because my friends were able to post this, but um, yeah, they're doing all kinds of wild stuff. So apparently, this is Mary Jane now. She's Venom Gold. I can't really understand what they're doing. And this is Null. And yeah, I mean, I don't really care about Null in the first place, but why is he all white? Anyway, so that's what's going on with current stuff in Marvel. I can't really mess with them, but the image books, the Energon universe, the Ghost Machine brands, awesome. Check them out. Till 16 Anarchists. I picked up Black Bolt, Triton, Medusa, and Gorgon recently. Would love to have Maximus, but at least the good guy and humans are all represented. They are. I was thinking that, well, I was hoping that we get another Karnak, one that's better scaled with the rest of them, and maybe they could put him in a 2-pack with Maximus. Maurice, I got Tonya Tigris, Leto Toys, Li Ling, Jihon, Leonardo, and Raphael, and a bunch of stuff from my Retro Robo Cargo. What you get? Love hearing all that stuff. DJ Jedi, what it do? What up, man? How are you? It's a cool cover, friends. I don't think maybe it was Ron Friends. Let me check. Did I close that window already? No. Let me see. Let me blow it up one more time. Actually, Marvel's website, I'm sure, has who did the cover on this. Yeah. So give them that. They have the old school stuff represented. Yeah. So Ron Friends on the cover on that one. Boston. Good call. Maurice, you rock, sir. How you doing tonight? Green Lantern Rick Cage. Which John Stewart cap? There are a few. I can't seem to find a Target exclusive Sonic 2-pack. Yeah. I've seen Flash and Wonder Woman constantly. John does seem to be the one that sells out the fastest of those three. All about the villains. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. live action show did Absorbing Man great. I felt like he was a little bit too smart, but I also would have preferred Absorbing Man to fight Thor or, like somebody like a heavy hitter and not get taken down by the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I felt like he was way too high level of villain for the show when he could have been somebody maybe Thor was fighting through the first 15 or 20 minutes of any one of his movies before moving on to a major threat or something. Bob Layton cover on that issue of Amazing Spider-Man. They could have given Absorbing Man swappable parts to show off his power set. Yes. Absorbing Man, yes. I feel like his very first one. No, wait. Yeah, he had a bunch of stuff. And now I'm trying to think. I know Wrecker did. Let's see. The dude was just always fighting. Always fighting. Like all these crazy dudes. Like Wrecker. Let me see. I'm trying, of course, because Google is fun. Let me just do this. Journey Mystery 114. And let's do that. Although I'm sure most of you all have already found that issue already. But because I'm a big Absorbing Man fan, I love a big lunkhead like him to just fight my heroes. And he is one of the best alongside Wrecker and 3/4 or 2/3 of his Wrecking crew. So this is his first appearance, Journey into Mystery 114. And I mean, this is just one of those that I can't wait to do with my Maximum Series Thor. Oh, wait, I can't do that just yet. But Absorbing Man looks really fun. And I mean, the hammer, the ball and chain, it's just like perfect. The stronger I am, the sooner I die. I mean, why don't we get cool? Like, hey, you want to read this? For the first time in recorded history, the Titanic Thunder God battles a deadly foe who has every bit of raw strength, every single superpower which Thor himself possesses. You'll never forget this startling shocker. And it's like, well, yeah, I do want to know. And we were having this discussion in another chat thread. I don't want to hate on stuff, just because it's not my era, but this stuff sells itself. And this was before I started reading comic books. This made me want to read it. Anyway, pulling down my soapbox. Blake, no pickups this week, but just ordered Zap, Secret Wars Daredevil, Absorbing Man, Falcon, and Constrictor for Retro Robo Toys. So you were the one that got the last Zap. Oh, yes. Got you covered. The Absorbing Man Build-A-Figure came with interchangeable arms to shut off his absorbing powers. He did, in fact. When I was showing those figures, I did show what Absorbing Man's Build-A-Figure looked like. But of course, he was one of the rare Build-A-Figures that had a whole rack of extra elements and accessories, which is really cool. And for the time, back in, I feel like he's even earlier than 2018, this was acceptable outside of his crazy scale. Like if he was just scaled properly, it would great. But you can see here the swappable arms and let me see, swappable head. I don't quite understand why it's fading from his head and just misses. It's like a bad beer or something. But this was relatively decent, but it's like, why is he so out of scale from the Toy Biz one, which I know they're not obliged to scale their figures up with. And next to this Thor was very oversized compared to other ones, including this unworthy Thor, was more in line with the other figures at that time. He's way too big. And you can see that great head sculpt. I mean, he's got the real cone head thing going. I'm trying to think, are his arms all like this? Trying to think here. I thought my guy had a different one, but maybe they're all just absorbing, showing off his powers. Anyway, I know people are upset about it, but that's where it goes. Power Fantasy from Image continues to be absolutely incredible. I have to check that one out. Ryan Daly, I got a bunch of John's Geiger Redcoat Universe books over Christmas. Still need to read some of them and haven't gotten Rook yet, but they're good. Thank you. Yeah, so there's another vote of confidence to say you should check these books out. Omega 579, it would be cool if they could find a way to do a heat cold color change with the Absorber Man. That would have been fun. But I always feel like we go, they should do this. And the prices on this stuff are going up, and we go, oh no. I really wish they just spray some true serum and find out how much these figures actually cost and how much all of the accessories cost to include in the figures. I feel like they could include more. I mean, but it's just, I don't know. They still keep going up. Looks like a good one. Prime Kirby. I mean, whatever that means. I think Kirby was in his prime for like 30, 40 years. Right. Lawson, Jeffrey, what current Marvel is doing? Creation, new characters using already copyrighted own characters to produce future merchandise and action figures. David Annos, what's up, party people? Maurice, I'm doing good. The collection is getting better and bigger. Same. Oh, yes. They showed, yeah. What's up, Dark Knight? What's good, Javin and Figure Files crew? What's up? I hope that Savage Dragon is done in that Spawn Elite line and scale. He is, and I would be shocked if he was not. I'm pretty sure he's like the second or third one in this thing. So yeah, he's going to be part of that, and you should not have to worry about him not fitting in with that scale. He will, and that should be pretty awesome when we do see him along with the Max. Maybe so. We can see that. Maurice, mini comic Black Widow, Daredevil, Beast, Phoenix, Secret Wars, Iceman, Mace Windu versus Darth Sidious, plus Mysterio, and the giveaway prize I won. You did. Let me see if I have that photo because I know you sent that to me. No, I don't have it right away. I'm so sorry. Justin, no pickups either, Jeff. It's all good, man. There's always another week. The mighty Marvel Marching Society mentioned on the cover. Easy reader. It's just so much to just grab your attention. Like, what's this? What's going on? It's like, man, I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff anymore. G Brew. So I was 18 when the Thor costume they went with for the Max series drop. So that's my Thor. That's my mental image of the character. I'm considering getting the figure, not loving the price. Yeah, he did. Very crazy eyes. Not hungry, just crazy eyes. Rick H. Love Marvel for the heavy science, but the contrast of magic powered villains, Wrecker, Absorbing Man, Juggernaut, etc., is a thing of inexplicable beauty. It's magic, you know. Uh-oh. Jamelin. I do think Crusher could have had power effects, but if it was between Power Zone all the time and regular, I think I prefer regular. Same. Right there with you. Oh man, exactly. How crazy was it that Wolverine in Secret War sliced Absorbing Man's off when he was in a steel form and then reattached it while turning human? My first time seeing him in 85. Same. There were a lot of those characters for the first time I was reading about them in Secret Wars. And was it Titania that just knocked Wolverine like a whole mile away? It's like that little nut so psycho. And he's like holding on to his arm. That squad was pretty fun though. It was like the big bruisers, Doc Ock, Absorbing Man, Titania, with Molecule Man and was it Cyclops, Rogue, and Wolverine going off to stop him. It was fun. I love Secret Wars. That's why I really want to see that era of the Wrecking Crew represented in Marvel Legends. Jedi. Has anyone seen a Marvel McFarlane Jessica Cruz in the wild yet? Went to 3 GameStops in LA last week and none had ever gotten them in stock or offered the ability to order one for pickup. Yes. Let me see how far away that was in the comments. But Van Doom did, or rather his wife did. At Target, no less. I saw his name first and I was like, great. And then, man, the chat is jumping. There we go. So his wife found Jessica Cruz at Target. So there you go. Another place to look. It's not just a GameStop, which is very helpful for those of us who don't have a GameStop around every corner like we used to. Back down. Let's see here. He really was. G Brew. Well, now not so many star comments on there. Retro Robo says Snake as I'm expecting to have Max Thor, but the Muse Bullseye 2-pack and Onslaught are exclusives. Yes. Muse and Bullseye are Hasbro Pulse and Onslaught are Target exclusives. So let's get into it. We've been talking about it a lot. Let's just go into those reveals. Close out some of these 48 windows I've got open. So let's start off with this one. And if there are any questions on the price, let me know. So we got the new wave of Secret Wars figures. I think they look really good. Not loving the Spider-Man, but that is just a preference of mine. Lawson also mentioned those eyes are too big for a 1984, 85 era Spider-Man, which is true. There's the set. Spider-Man alien costume. I feel like maybe we could have put a little bit more of that like on his left leg as well to get more of that whole transition because it's just a little bit. I mean, it's like, man, it's not enough. We got Falcon, and I really like Falcon. It feels like when I get excited about seeing these figure reveals, sometimes the chat has to go, here's why these figures are wrong. And it's like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's cool. Now, I do think Falcon, of course, needed that white cow piece going into his neck, like you see around his neck, like you see with the lenticular shield image. But I wonder if his articulation is going to mess that up. The Daredevil actually is a figure look from his Secret Wars look, but they also did it in another one. So there's Constrictor. Love that. He looks really cool. And he's on that Vulcan mold. And I love that you can take his coils off of him finally. And he won't be grabbing all the space. There's the whole look of him. And I thought it was really funny because, we were expecting to see more of these with that Iceman card back, but he was just all on his own. So he's not part of a wave. He's just a standalone. So there you go. I wonder if he or maybe someone else replaced him on that actual lineup. I like Falcon. Definitely happy with him. Getting him in classic look. Some people were like, the Sunfire mold is terrible. He should be the same size as Cap. I mean, yeah, I guess I am wondering if there were some issues with these wings, and that was why they didn't work with that Vulcan mold. I know we got Black Bolt, and he used the Vulcan mold, but I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily need Falcon to be the same size as Cap. He's flying around, and it doesn't that Sunfire mold still holds up pretty well to me. There's Daredevil, and let me do this really quick. Wow, things are falling all over. So I got this Daredevil figure many moons ago, and this one I got back. Toys R Us was still there, so I got this figure, and I realized, when I was talking with Blake about the black lines, that yeah, this figure has significance to me too. So I got this in the black DD on there, on gloves, the belt, not that little stripe down, but I have this. And this figure my grandma got for me. Went to Toys R Us and saw. I said, "Oh, can I get this figure?" And yeah, so she gave me $40, and I was, yeah, way more than this figure was worth, of course. And I dropped the change after I got this figure, and I have no idea what happened to it. I've gone around, every so often to a store and found $20 on the floor. So I got that made back to me later on. But it was like, oh no, I lost your money. She was like, it's okay. And I was like, I felt terrible because I legitimately just lost it. And I've had this Daredevil. I've replaced so many other figures over the years. I'm never getting rid of this Daredevil because of the connection I have to this, and my grandma going, it's all good, don't worry about it. So I will definitely be excited to get this Daredevil because I have a modern version and I can hang out with this one. So there you go. Now back to the rest of the figures. So there's that Daredevil. He looks cool. I love this sense effect. This is really nicely done. I like the Billy Club setup where you can take the peg and the connection piece in the middle off and just put them in. You don't have that awkward little piece hanging out from either one of them now. That looks really clean. I assume you could put that part in his pouch there, in his holster. So that's really fun. Really dig that. Classic looking Daredevil too, for the most part. Here's him. Magic looks great. Hopefully she's smaller and not looking Cyclops eye to eye. I really want these New Mutants to be shorter. And they did mention we're going to see at least one more New Mutant, and I'm hoping we at least see 3 or 4. We know Cypher and Cannonball were featured on that Emma Frost card back, so I would assume we'll be seeing one of them. I wouldn't mind a 2-pack, but since they're in that Target program, we're probably going to see them individually carded, just like we saw Onslaught, which I'll show you all in a second. She can some really fun poses. So there's Magic, there's Spider-Man. I already talked about him. And one comment mentioned he should already had that white square there, which is probably true if we're seeing some of the logo switch out. So that was a weird little miss from him. But yeah, it's an interesting idea. I just don't know if they really needed to do this as a figure. This is a great Pulse exclusive, and maybe we could have gotten another Secret Wars focus character. Then, of course, Absorber Man. He, without these shading effects of his power, but he does have forearm hair, which is great. He's using that Hercules mold. I know some people were going, oh man, I hate this ab crunch. I mean, I get it. Compared to some of the newer molds, that one does not look as clean, but I really like the Hercules figure and had no problems with it. I guess he had the harness that was kind of hiding some of it, but I'm still fine. I'm really excited to get Absorber Man into the line in a classic look. He's not out of scale. He's got his prison gear. He's got his ball and chain, which I wish they could have gone with the updated version, but I think he looks cool. Maybe he's one, much like the Emma Frost, who's got that diamond coating. We'll see another version of him repainted with maybe this gray look. So I feel like this won't be the only time we see this figure. So there you go. Nice, solid Secret Wars wave of figures. Now let me pull this down. And we did see some other stuff from these Marvel Legend reveals. Let's go to which one should we go with first? Oh, I did mention him. So let's go here to Onslaught. And you can see on that card back, you can see that Diamond Emma Frost and Onslaught, who is the next two. So we got to assume that Cypher and Cannonball will be on this card back later on this year at Target. I think that's kind of interesting that we'll see them. And I'm really, really curious if, in the case of, say, Cypher, they don't include that Roberto head so we can get a full on classic New Mutant Sunspot. Maybe they'll repaint him. I don't know. I'm just kind of curious if they think that they could do back to back with the same outfits. Hopefully, we do see them in the same outfits, and it's not something of like, hey, here's Cannonball in some random gear. I guess they could do him in his joining the X-Men, but I feel like he should have bangs if they have that look for him. So they should both be in their New Mutants outfits. So there's Onslaught. He's fine. I'm not like, oh man, this is great. I'm so glad to have him. He might be one that I grab when he hits that inevitable clearance price. As we all know, these figures tend to hit when they're exclusive to Target. So we'll see on that end. I'm really happy with this crossing set. This is fun to get them in this attire for Black Widow and Quicksilver. Definitely cool additions to the lineup. And that should give us another Vision, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, Thor, and probably Iron Man. So we'll see how far into this they go. But if they really do go far with that, that can be really cool. And another lineup of Avengers to add to the collection, the pre-Onslaught era of the team. And these outfits are pretty cool variants. So I'm not upset with that. One of my favorites, I think Jibru mentioned it earlier, is the X-Men 97 Archangel, who looks really great. I love the wing setup they use for him. Still don't understand a blaster, but very happy to get him so I can finally stop griping about getting a resized Archangel, who is using the Vulcan mold. Again, this blaster is so randomly weird. And then for a lot of you all, the Maxim series Thor was a standout. It seemed like from the comments, a lot of people were going, this is cool, but why is he not in his classic gear? And then some people were like, Thor needs to look like a model. His head sculpts are ugly. I'm not loving the smiling one. I feel like that's the one that's just the one that's most off. It's better than this one, though. But the Throg is a nice inclusion. But I don't know. I feel like Copiel didn't make him look like a model like some of the others. Again, the smiling one just doesn't work. But the soft goods cape, this posable, that's really awesome. We finally get that added to the line, and we get some cool lightning effects as well. So overall, pretty happy with this. If you're curious, I will run down those prices for y'all. Because I did get the press release from Hasbro. And let me just check right through here. In case, of course, got too many emails I didn't clear from today. So, quick rundown. The cost on those, you know already because you pre-ordered most of them. The Secret Wars figures are $27.99. The Bullseye Muse 2-pack is $55.99. Ditto for the Black Widow and Quicksilver. Those are both no. So the Bullseye Muse are exclusive to Hasbro Pulse. Quicksilver and Black Widow, Pulse, and other retailers like Amazon, Entertainment Earth, Retro Robo Toys. Onslaught is exclusive to Target. He will be $39.99. It's slated for fall 2026, which is clearly not going to be true because they got 2 more figures to come out. And the Archangel is a Pulse and other retailers, so all the ones I mentioned before. He's $40. Maximum Series Thor is consistent with the price of Deadpool and Spider-Man. He's $55.99. He's going to be available on Pulse and other retailers on February 25th. So there you go. There's a breakdown of all that. Now back to the chat. I feel like I've missed a bunch now. Ryan Daly, my son is in a Star Wars phase right now and really wants Anakin and Obi-Wan to recreate their final duel. And I asked him, why didn't you tell me that 6 months ago? Well, you can still get everything except for the lava, right? David Daniels just saw in a post. If we have any Lego collectors, the Game Boy is starting to hit clearance at Walmart. I'm not seeing any of this stuff on clearance at Walmart, and I'm seeing some really awesome stuff, but nothing that I want. King Collector. I passed on that Daredevil too. It's a good looking figure, but I don't need an upgrade. My old one is good enough for the shelf. I got to draw the line. Van Doom, I'm wondering how that maximum Thor is going to scale the recent Odin we got. Great question. That is one thing that I wish they would have Shooting the Galaxy do more of. Show the figures next to other ones that we already have in the collection. Like, oh, cool. There's no issue with scale. And that's something they did that with the Colossus and Kitty Pryde set, but we don't see that nearly often enough. I wish they made more Anakins. Is he sold out? Like in general? Let me see here. Because now I've got to check because I'm curious. Well, I looked here really quickly to my first source, and now I know this might not be the one you're referring to, but Retro Robo Toys does have the Ahsoka version of Anakin still on the site. Let me see here. Now you've got me curious if he's just all over and no one can find him because he's sold out. Because everyone wanted those Revenge of the Sith Anakin, and oh, that was the one I wanted. And let's see. Action figures, no statues. Yeah, sold out. Okay. Let's try Amazon, see if they've got them. You sold out on Entertainment Earth. Anakin Skywalker. Yes, Black Series. Not great, Bob. Yeah, so he it's not great. I'm sorry. Good grief. It's funny. Does your son have any interest in the Duel of the Fate set, which you can get for just was it $17 more than this set? Gosh, it's crazy. And you can still get young Anakin if you want. Man, 43 is not fun. I wonder what the deal is with Obi-Wan. Just all around hard to get Anakin these days. That's not awesome. You figure he would be one they would have in constant rotation like some of these other characters. Lawson, gotta be honest, thank you. I feel like we finally have I like that we finally have a depowered absorbing man. I'm not missing the powered up parts. Would have been nice to have gotten some extra arms, but that'd be a deluxe figure. Yeah, because I feel like then people go, "That price is ridiculous. I'm not paying that price for him. I'm not paying $40. I'll wait till it hits clearance." And I feel like some stuff is just overpriced, but then other things are like, well, this is what y'all said you wanted. And if we wait for everything at clearance, and I know I wait for sales, but I mean for Target especially, I will get stuff when they have the sales and not wait for everything at clearance, because when they do the sales like they had last week, it was awesome. It was like, hey, great, here I can step up and get all the stuff I wanted. And on those buy one, get it for, or spend $100, get $25 off. That's always great. And I love to see that. And speaking of Target, a figure that I know a lot of us were hoping to see and we're very excited to get, and we're complaining and belly aching the absolute most because it was like, no, I've lost my chance to get this figure. They're back in stock, and I will post that in just a second. There we go. To everybody who did not see the post, because I like to make sure if there's an exclusive or something that you might have missed out on, you get another crack at it, because everyone should be able to get a chance to get these figures that we're looking for. And of course, I did not do that. So let's see one more time. I'll post the link in there for those of you who missed out on it. But as I wait very slowly for my computer to load this deal. Yep. And one more time. One more time. All right. Very good. We're finally all set. Now. Great. The link has been generated. So let's do this now. Pull it up. So everyone who has missed out on this now can finally get this. Psylocke and Thanos are in stock at Target right now. Here is the link at my affiliate Target, so you can order it this moment and not have to worry and go, oh man, if only I'd known. You can get it. It's in stock. A little bit more than it was before. And I like that they waited until the sale where you spend $75 or $50, then it dropped because I certainly would have waited, but it's not out of stock now. So there's a chance to just buy it and wait for that sale to pop back up. But there you go. It is available for everyone who missed out. King Collector? What? I thought she was a GameStop exclusive. I didn't even consider Target. I think GameStop might have windows to have stuff available to them with McFarlane for a little bit of time before everyone else gets a crack at it. Snake Eyes, really like that Maximum Thor because I can use that for the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. There you go. I think so too, Justin. I was very happy with Falcon. All about the villains. I think Inspector and Daredevil looks perfect. Spider-Man is a great concept. Then Doom, I'm shocked too. Jeff, my Target stores around me usually suck. Constrictor and Daredevil look perfect. Rick Cage, easy DIY for crushers to buy extras and spray paint them gold, silver, gray, bronze, etc., etc. G Brew, wonder if we'll get a depowered Colossus in a future Secret Wars wave. Man, I would hope so. We actually need a we don't we need a whole different version because I was like, well, we need an updated version of Colossus anyway, but that figure would not work with this one. I feel like that Hercules mold is probably a little bit too short for Colossus, who should be taller, but I really, really hope they do that. I mean, I could reuse some parts like from the boots down, and he wears those high boots. His chest piece, that whole deal, his belt and trunks would work. Then we just need a plain blank body, which I'm not sure we have one that will work for his scale. Maybe they could. Blake, I really wanted a bigger buck for Falcon. I never thought of him as a slim guy. The artist in the 70s drew him almost as large as Cap. No. Let's see. Blake. Oh, let's see what John Byrne did. And let's see if I can quickly find a John Byrne and Falcon image. Let's see. I'm wondering if this will work. I feel like he was one where let's see. All right, let's try this one. Oh boy. I didn't properly open that window. So let's see. Looks like you're right, but of course, the way combo artists are. So in this one, they're about the same size. Falcon is not slimmer, but then again, who did that art? But he wasn't classic at that one. Anyway, I was trying to look at this one. Cap and Falcon. Because in this run, man, you know, it's great to find stuff online on your first go because it's so ridiculously hard to find it. Let me try George Perez, who I will always kind of default to for this kind of stuff. Yep. Why would that be any easier? Of course, no easy picture to see Falcon and Cap, even though there was a little run where they were part of the team, and I was pretty sure George Perez did that too, but I can't find it, so I'm sorry. But maybe he should have been bigger. I think I'm just happy that we got one. Lawson, here's why the Falcon is wrong. Stubby wings. Honestly, just a minor criticism. So thrilled to finally have this one. Maurice, only one with magic, tempted by the Constrictor, Falcon, and Symbiote transition Spidey. Jalen, is that the Sunfire mold? That was a newer body. From the criticism of the Falcon body, they're saying it's the Sunfire mold. Blake, I do love Falcon's second set of wings. That would look amazing with one wing folded and one wing extended. I like that idea now. I hadn't thought about that. Kwaman, I always thought the Sunfire mold is underrated. It's really not that different than the Vulcan mold. Thank you. I was reading comments about Falcon and I was just like, what's wrong with the Sunfire mold? I didn't understand because that's still one that's viable. It has really good articulation, especially for flying characters. I think it just became one of those deals where people, I hate this mold because somebody else said it, and now I hate it too. Nice. I'm gonna try everything when they come in stock. There you go. Daredevil looks good. I agree, Justin. The Spidey's on a bigger body than the symbiote Spidey they released in the last Secret Wars wave. Come on, Hasbro. I did not notice that. Maurice, Sunfire gets so much hate. Only real issue I've had with it are the duck feet. And the duck feet, I find, actually help him stand up. I know aesthetically, and to Rob Liefeld's horror, they're a little big, but I think I don't mind having a figure with bigger feet. Here's another one. Sabretooth. You know what they say about figures with big feet. They actually help stand up and they're not falling over on themselves all the time. Here's one. My classified series Alpine. Well, somewhat dainty. He tends to fall over a little bit more than I would like. Excuse me. Speaking of, he just fell over when I tried to put him back on there. Ray Cage, do an image search. 80s era Falcon had smaller wingspan. That's accurate. Modern Falcon suit, wow, to vulture size wings. Yes. Classic Falcon was not the same size as Cap. Look at the 80s Falcon miniseries. He's not small, but he's not as bulky as Cap in the 80s. He's more like Daredevil size. Yeah, I feel like I've got a real challenge. 80s. Let's see if I can do it this way. Who would have been an artist for those two back in the 80s? Yeah, because it's gosh. And I said 80s, and I know for a fact that was not what I got. And so it's interesting from this cover, and I think this is a really good indication here. Black Panther is traditionally not portrayed as the same size as Captain America. And looking at these two, I'm kind of thinking he's more along the size of Falcon. Of course, the perspective is kind of skewed, but I feel like, see the Falcon's dynamic new wings. So this is right here, courtesy of Black Panther. I don't know. I mean, it looks like he's smaller just from this perspective. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. I'm not going to say anybody's right and wrong. I'm happy with this figure. King Glider. I passed on Falcon 2. I was waiting for the classic version for a while too, but I just keep my Mr. Fix-It Way version. Why are you skipping on it? Maurice, given the various paint issues they've had before, boots missing the square on the back of his hand is minor. Jibru, I really tell me what you really want. Don't want Doug and Sam to be all heads with the same body. Sam and Doug have completely different heights and builds. Yeah, I didn't say those two. I was saying Roberto, Sunspot, and Doug. Cannonball should be a little bit taller. I wonder if maybe you could use the Sunspot mold for him. Henry G, awesome story, Jeff. Love hearing stories how we connect with certain figures. I have a similar story from my grandfather and G.I. Joe Real American Hero. One of the reasons G.I. Joe is so near and dear to me. Yeah, man, my grandfather was it's like I would knock the photo up. He would fix all my Joes because I played with my figures and wore that O-ring out all the time. So they would start becoming floppy messes, and he would have to call in the nurses, stat, I need an O-ring or a big thick rubber band, and he would unplug, unscrew them, fix it up, and they'd be tight as new and ready to go. And it was like magic. Like, oh, great, thank you, you fixed them. So yeah, I'm definitely, that's a big connection with me for G.I. Joes as well. David Thanos, overall solid wave. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, anytime where it's more than half, it's good. It's like back in the days when you would buy a CD. What's that, Grandpa? Where if it had 12 tracks and anything above 8 was a winner, or 9, it was really great. And you could have some lemon songs and it didn't matter because so much more of it was great. Yeah. So one figure in a wave of 6 where I'm like, nah, no thanks. The rest, I'm like, yes, sign me up. That's a great one. Michael Souls, check the watch. It is indeed Figure Files time, my friend. Ben Doom. I wonder if they'll do a Secret Wars Hope. I think we just need to politely hit Dan up on Twitter and go, or Dwight on Instagram, keep them coming. We want another wave of Secret Wars. would love, I mean, of course, there's still so many characters in this thing that we need. Let me do this really fast. Secret Wars. I have to do the original 1984 Heroes spread. Because man, that opening act was such a great image of seeing all these heroes together. And there's absolutely a part of it where this image is going to look terrible blown up, but you get the idea. Like the Fantastic Four, they're really rocking more of a black and blue, or more heavier black with accents of blue. And I love to get Reed and Johnny, that more prominent four. And of course, we still need a classic Thor. Hulk would be awesome. We still desperately need Wasp in this outfit. Professor X hasn't really gotten a wheelchair look, so we could use that. Rogue in this outfit where we didn't quite get in that 2-pack with Destiny. Maybe they could use this as an excuse to give us a Magneto. She-Hulk we don't have with this particular look either. Ditto for Hawkeye. And as we've mentioned before, Colossus could use an upgrade, and it could use a powered down version. And that's just the heroes. So let's go to the villains, because we still need a bunch of them too. And we actually don't even have all of the bad guys all set and ready. And in this image that I'm about to pull up, we don't even have all of them. Wait, too many windows. Too many windows, not enough time. Oh, I see what's going on. It's just downloading this image, which I did not want it to do. All right, let's try this one. There we go. So we'll just have to go with this. Okay. Anyway, here are the villains, proper grammar. So, I mean, we got Enchantress. She's done. Ultron, check. Absorbing Man, check. We need the Wrecking Crew. And King, he's fine. We got a vulture. We have a Lizard coming. We could probably do with a bulkier version of Doc Ock. And Molecule Man needs an upgrade. And Galactus, if you got the HasLab, you got him covered. We still need Volcana, though. So, I mean, there's an easy 4th and 5th wave of Secret Wars that we still need. So I would love for them to keep them rolling. Kwame, Absorbent Man reminds me of Retro Sandman. Neutral figures are important. Yeah. Because we got that really cool sandy version of Sandman. That was fun, but it's like you can't always be in powered up mode. Which is why I want a Colossus without his power showing. They should have given the new Absorbent Man his black and white pants. That might have sold it for me. I feel like if you said for sure, that would have done it for me. Hasbro would go, all right, we're going to switch it up. But because you said maybe, I don't think they're going to do it. What's up, Fleazy? Just passing through. It's my birthday weekend. Happy birthday! I'm out at NBA All-Star Weekend. It's a personal tradition with my buddies. The All-Star Weekend, man, the All-Star game is this weekend. This is wild. It has been like, if you're a sports fan, this has been a crazy couple weeks. You got the Super Bowl, you got the Olympics, the All-Star game. Man, you had the Royal Rumble too. A lot happening. They were going to do a Spider-Man, Iron Man, or Wolverine anyway, so I don't feel like Spider-Man is taking up a spot from any other character. True. And like I just said, there's so many more waves they could do. No reason for them to stop, especially if they're dipping into Secret Wars 2 as another avenue with which they can do more characters. Because let's see here. Let me see which cover makes the most sense to pull up. Let's go with this one. And if we get this, I mean, there's another option for more versions of characters too. So if they did this, you can see right here, we got Colossus in this later 80s suit, and I do want this look for him. There's Danny. They're the New Mutants, just chilling. Rogue in her 80s punk outfit. We got Rachel Summers in her quasi outfit. And we can use a better version of Wolverine in this look too. There's another image from Secret Wars 2 that I want to throw up really fast as well. And just as like another, hey, there's so much more they can still do with this deal. And I mean, if they're going to do that, it really opens up all kinds of avenues for more figures and even more waves. So here it is, issue 8 of a 9-issue limited series. We already got the Beyonder. in his white outfit. We got Phoenix, but they could do Phoenix in this attire. Rogue, we really still need in this look. And there you go, Magic. So I guess that counts for her. There's Magma, Punk Storm. We already got Nightcrawler. He's fine. Wolfsbane. We could get her in this look too. And then another excuse for Spider-Man. So there's still plenty of reasons for us to get these figures. All about the villains. Onslaught finally coming to my collection. Very awesome. Maurice, if we get Cypher and Cannonball, I'll repaint my spare Sunspot figure to look like his powered up version. There you go. That's an idea. Man, they better not do that again. Onslaught looks kind of small. I mean, he sized himself up through the course of that thing. So, it's one of those deals where it's like, Retro Robo, that blaster is going to my cable. He could always use more ridiculously oversized guns. Justin Solo, Thor looks awesome. Robo! Robo don't know. Had a pretty good prediction. He thinks he'll pack a Cannonball and Doug head in one New Mutant uniform body. I hope not, because they are definitely not the same size. And while it would be easy for them to do that, I really hope that's not the approach they take. Sam, let's see here. Oh, this is great. This would work just fine if I can get this. If we can work around the skewed perspective. Let me see if I can try another one. This is even better. I love this look. And this is a really good representation. Why I think if we could get it this way, this would be even better. So you can sort of kind of see how tall Cannonball is next to everyone else. And even here, Warlock isn't super tall. So they don't have to do that. So we got Cannonball here. And here's another look where you can really see how they look next to each other. So he is way taller than the rest of his teammates. And that's a huge discrepancy. And Art Adams doing this art and Sunspot and Cypher would work if they swap out. But of course, then you'd have the skin tone difference, which would be kind of tricky. Maybe they could borrow a page from G.I. Joe again and do the swappable neck peg. I mean, they've done that with the police officers. So we know they have the technology. They can make that happen. That would be really cool to see. And we still need more. I mean, Matt is going to need some backup now. So hopefully we'll see all these figures. I wouldn't mind a box set. That could be something they could do for Comic-Con and have Warlock be the main attraction in that set. He could use an upgrade now too. Lawson, not a fan of that Max Thor. I'm not a fan of any of the Max figures. 290s to modern centric line for me. Passing on Thor. King Collector. I passed everything today. Roger Robo, I'm so excited for that soft goods wired cape. The material looks like it's nice too. Not like that ribbon material we sometimes see. Yeah. Maurice, that Thor really needed a spinning Mjolnir. Not going to stop me getting it. The Mezco would be my classic look, and this will be my modern look. Good to go. Hope they bring that down to the main line of Legends. Oh, the cape? Hopefully. Maurice, I love that Game Boy, but action figures have my toy budget tied up for the foreseeable future. I'm with you. Robert, what's up, man? Hey, Jeff in chat. I snagged that Daredevil because I have a sickness, and Daredevil is one of my faves. David Thanos, so did you hang another frame after that one fell, or has it been there? The Kenny Omega one that's here now is like a temporary placeholder. What I'm going to do is get another one of these wall shelves and put it in that space as an excuse to put more figures there. So hopefully we'll do that. I just need to find them. They're not always available at Ross and Burlington and all that stuff. So it's just hopefully I can find one. Kenobi is still available. Nice. Don't do Doug dirty. Yeah, don't do either of them dirty. DJ Jedi, Max Thor, Pros, Wired Cape, Marvel Legends. Finally. Cool sculpt for fans of the modern look. Cons could have been a deluxe. No whirling hammer. Thrall could have been a great first appearance. What's wrong with that one? Beta Ray Bill accessory. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yes, we all are. Brew. Magic was by far my favorite reveal. I texted my brother freaking out about her. He responded, I need that to survive. Henry G, will the Absorbent Build a Figure parts work with the Secret Wars version? I'm wondering. I feel like maybe it would make it look a little oversized, but in the case of like a powered up arm that's turning into wood or to concrete, maybe a bigger arm wouldn't look so out of place on that one. Peter Rasputin is not the same size as Colossus. Pete 6'6", Colossus is 7'5". Huh. Oh, I wonder how hard that would be to find. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, the challenge is finding OP. Great. This is the one I was looking for. This is my reference, my go-to for the please give us Peter Rasputin. So 6'6", he would fit in pretty well. I mean, just being, of course, taller than Angel by a noticeable degree. I almost feel like he's pretty close to his normal Colossus height, at least the way John Byrne drew him. And yeah, I mean, I still need that beast to do this scene fully injustice there. But yeah, we're getting closer. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love the blue pants. We got to get those in action there in figure form, as I can't do that scene just yet, and I really want to. DJ Jedi, stoked about that Falcon. On the fence about that Daredevil. Not in love with the belt and black letters on the costume, but he's otherwise kind of awesome. Like, I think in the late 70s, guys like Cap were smaller and a bit less roidy. Art Adams, for example, made everyone look skinny to me. I loved Art Adams' art style. Darn it. The Sunfire body is way too small for Falcon, and that body needs to be retired already. But why? Blake, don't get me wrong, though. I'm over the moon about Falcon. He has been at the top of my list for about 4 years. Yes, sir. So 16 Anarchists. With Falcon, I think we're pretty good now in the late 70s, 80s, early 80s Avengers. But do you think there's a chance we'll ever see a smaller red style beast? Wow. It's funny. I did not see your comment before I was remarking how much we need this version of Beast. Yes, I hope so. And I know their immediate priority is X-Men 97 Beast, but I really need one that will fit in with that crew with the 70s, 80s Avengers who can hang out with Wonder Man, who's a little small, so we don't need a massive, towering beast next to him. Jibru, still want the Outback era Betsy, Peter, and Gateway. Oh, yeah. G.I. Joe Delta 17. I can't wait for more October guard figures. It got well with Delta 17 Russian Army. Oh, yeah. What's up, Olu? How you doing? Happy Thursday to you as well. I like Alpine's gear setup too. Jeffrey, I hate the Sunfire mold. It makes everyone look like Sunfire. Also, I hate the Pizza Spider-Man mold. I hate the Bucky Cat mold. I hate the Vulcan mold. I hate mold. It's stifling, and it gets everywhere. Jamelin, I've always liked that Sunfire mold. I think people just get tired of seeing so many figures the same height and with the same physique. For a while, it's almost like Sunfire Bucky Cat. I totally understand that. I don't feel like I hated the Bucky Cat mold because I felt like it just didn't work. But I think they've used the Sunfire mold pretty well for the characters they've decided to go with it. I think the new Falcon figure is perfect. Stubby Wings comment was a joke. I understood. I'm so happy to finally get a classic Falcon, and he's really great. What up, Cypher the Great? What's good, figure fam? Nice cap hoodie, Jeff. Thank you, my friend. Blake, Please do that Secret Wars Wasp. Marvel loves the green and purple. Yeah, exactly. All about the villain. Jeff, who do you want for the next Secret Wars wave? So I don't spam it out and say the whole Wrecking Crew. Let me break it up a little bit. Peter Rasputin, Wrecker, Thunderball, Volcana, She-Hulk in her jazzercise look, and Wasp. No, yeah, Wasp. Henry G. I've been pretty pleased with what the Legends team has been doing. I've been getting everything, but not because it ain't cool. Just got to cut back where I understand out, man. It's so true. Maurice, thank you. I just started collecting Star Wars again. I love Clone Troopers. Just got fives and a half Republic Commandos. Scorch. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey. You're a good dude, and may the force be with you. You too, my friend. But even the stuff I initially passed on to pick up if I catch a sale. Yeah, exactly. Lawson, Secret Wars line would be a great way to do a nice classic Hulk in a new claw figure. Ryan, I understand the desire to complete the squad, but there are numerous Wasp costumes more deserving of a figure before the Secret Wars look. Which one? I'm on board with you on the sense that we need more Wasp costumes and more figures. She's had some really great ones over the years. Which ones would you like to see? Um, I don't know. I think your best bet to get a Galactus is to get that one from the Fantastic Four movie. I don't think they will mess around and try to re-release that one. The G.I. Joe team can re-release the Hiss tank and call it the Arctic Hiss, put on some new accessories. I don't think they can do that with Galactus. Excuse me. Skew Raider, what's up, man? Rush Robo. Jeffrey, how do you feel about the new Star Wars figures they revealed for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie? So, when last I checked, Mr. Stevie only showed on his Instagram a few figures. Um, he said more rolling out on his feed tonight. So let me see if there's anything else. I do like this. I think it's hilarious how they keep changing up the looks of the stormtroopers. It's like, why was Palpatine switching up their looks all the time? This looks really fun, and I really dig this. The Imperial Remnant ATRT. So that's cool. Let me see if he's put anything else up since last I checked, which was before I started the show. Do a refresh action here. And let's see if he's put anything else. Yes, he has. Cool. So here is Mando. We do this so you can see it in all of his glory. The deluxe Mando and Grogu vintage selection pack will be on a classic 6x9 card, as will all deluxe figs going forward with an easy peel sticker on the bubble. Same tack as retro collection. Next post, we'll take a closer look at some army builders. So, I don't really like that sticker. It's weird looking. It's funny. Um, Gosh, I mean, I guess he has a lot of stuff, but boy, I don't know. Calling that a deluxe figure seems like a bit of a stretch. Yes? I mean, is it just me? I don't know. All right, so here is the let me see here. Remnant Snow Trooper. This is so funny. It's like, where's just the rest of the mask? Why do we need that? I like the Snow Trooper design. And I'm just like, okay, this feels like we need to figure out a way to sell this differently. Imperial Remnant, AT-AT driver. See, that's one that's basically classic. And that design just works. All right, so I don't think they did that. So looks like that's everything so far. I love that Mr. Stevie's pumping out stuff. And there's a bunch of stuff we've been seeing. I've been talking so long. I have not gotten to most of it. Let me do this really fast on a few things I want to highlight. So, Big Bad Toy Store has the Storm Arena Chun Li up from the prototype. she looked like she was a little bit small and a little bit leaner in areas like her thighs. And yeah, she's like, her head sculpt's okay. Not loving it. Actually. Uh, that side looks fine. Oh, she's a little bit off with her head sculpt. This expression looks cool. And of course, since she's got that really great storm arena articulation, she can hit that pose with ease, and that looks pretty cool. And that one, I'm interested in seeing what the Jada Toys head sculpt looks like, because this could be one of those cases where I get both and just swap the head. But I mean, this is a nice looking figure, and wow, that's cool. So good stuff. I already put my pre-order in. I'm like, yep, locked in. I have all these Alpha 3 figures, and she's just the next one. Also got this guy bulletproof. I mean, there's no way I wasn't getting this guy. Fighting crime in a future time. And he looks awesome. I'm really, really, really hoping to see some more like really soon, because I do not want this to be my only Cops and Crooks figure. But he looks great. And Bulletproof, he just had such a cool look. And I love that he's got all the accessories, the articulation you want to see, butterfly shoulders. And he just sports that Bart Sears likeness so close. I mean, it's awesome. Soft goods trench coat, firing effect for his gun. He's got the badge. It's just so cool. Smoky effect too. Very nice. And yeah, maybe this is not, maybe those are extra stuff, but I really dig this, and I'm so happy to see this figure is coming to the collection soon. And then NECA showed off their cloth 8-inch versions of Batman Returns. Here is Batman himself. It's pretty solid. There's the Penguin. Get blitz and dance. Got the monocle. Cigar. That's pretty cool. I mean, it might be worth buying for that alone. And then we got Catwoman. And I feel like this head sculpt makes her look a little bored. Wish she had a little bit more intensity. Oh, there you go. So we got that. And again, this is soft goods, so that's why it looks a little bulky, but it's pretty cool. I'm happy with my McFarlane ones, but I do love this head sculpt, and I wonder if that could fit on the McFarlane one. Then we got some new Studio Series reveals tonight. I'm Krennic. That's fun. I feel like I should not buy him, but it's like, it's Krennic. Then we got Astro Train. Get us out of here. Gosh, trying to do that Starscream voice is painful to the throat. So we got the locomotion, and I love we got steam coming out of there too. And then I don't think the Constructicons, Soundwave, and the Seekers and Insecticons and Blitzwing are all going to fit in there, but we'll see. But I'm really happy with how this Astro Train turned out. I did not get the previous version because I was holding out for this one. So now he is here and will be joining my collection. Then Ryan, another one for you, Wheeljack. And this is more of a Studio Series version. I don't know if I need to make that upgrade, but he is here. One that I definitely am upgrading to is this Sunstreaker. The previous one, the yellows didn't match up, so hopefully that won't be a problem here. He looks really cool. And then Shockwave. So they're really doing solid work helping us get these lines completed in a relatively decent amount of time. And apparently I'm just on the hook for every time they release these figures and make them closer to how they appeared in the movie and the cartoon. Definitely getting these. And I feel like I'm gonna get Kranix too. So all around good showing from the Transformers squad. What's up, Lefty? Art Adams is absolutely one of the GOATs. Rick Cage, unpopular opinion, I'm good with the maximum line. It's been pointed out that Jada and Todd have cloth cape figures at retail price. So I feel like a lot of people are not happy with it. Are you saying that you're happy with it or no? Green Dot Comics, what's going on? Any hope for the new DC line of figures that seem to be mimicking Legends? Not sure yet. I mean, I don't think we're going to see anything now. I think that's going to be more of a San Diego Comic Con. Yo, Joe! Wasp costume that I want to see is a white costume with the blue stripes with one sleeve and one pants leg, black boots. Yes, sir. Ryan, need red and yellow wasp look from the issue she married Hank Yellow Jacket. That is, yeah, that is a very classic look. And they did a whole bunch of repaints with that uniform setup. So I'm with you. Need her blue, black, and yellow one from Under Siege. Yeah, that's the same kind of deal with that. Let me pull those up real fast. So I'm with you. That okay. I was about to say, oh man, it's funny. I am trying to do this, and it's showing all of the other versions of like actual Wasp and Yellow Jackets. Not that one. This one. That was wild. I always feel like my guy Hank got such a bad raw deal with the way this storyline played out. So this is her outfit from that. I'm assuming that you're referring to, and Under Siege look is absolutely a classic look that we should see. Hopefully, then it's going to do that again. All right, just waiting for it to get in a little cleaner. And here you go. And yeah, this is when she and Ant-Man Scott Lang are teaming up to take on Titania, Absorbing Man, and go after Greg Gargoyle and Screaming Mimi. So yeah, this look for sure. I'm with you. Also want to see the classic red and yellow Wasp costume. Justin, I'm going to be spending so much money this year. Yes. Ski Raider, random stormtrooper look tweaks. So be it. Ryan, if not a full figure, give us a pack of 6 Wasp minifigures in different costumes. I want my Wasp minifigures to have some articulation. I don't know if they can do that, but yes. That deluxe sticker is pretty janky. Glad that's an easy peel deluxe label. But I mean, just whatever they spent on that does not seem like it was a worthwhile investment. If it was 2 cents, you can't even get pennies anymore. It seems like they spent too much on it. It's crime fighting time. Yes, sir. It is a sweet trench coat. What's up, pixelated poses? What's up, good people? NECA knows they're wrong for releasing those soft good figures after people bought them in Farlands. Astro Train! David Thanos for sure getting that sky warp. They showed him too. Shockwave. Jamlin, he was always a favorite. The concept of a triple changer blew me away as a kid. So cool. Not to mention he's purple. I'm with you. Shockwave looks great. See Ritter. Blitzwing and Astro Train blew us away, Jamlin. Springer too. Let me see. Because I do. So I have Springer, and he's on my. I need to hurry up and review this guy. He's literally right here in the Studio Series 86 trade decoration. So I'm like hoping they haven't felt the need. We've got to do another one because they don't need to. They released that figure already. Oh, let's see. Let me see if I can find him. Rumors. All these rumors. Let's see here. Oh boy. I'm trying to see if there's anything. Nope, don't think I've missed anything. All right. Well, that was that. Let's see. McFarlane has the elite line, which is 60, and Hasbro has max for 55. Whose is better? McFarlane, you got cloth and metal. I just got Suntrigger a few months ago. How's this one different? Either way, I'm pretty happy with the one I have. However, I am interested in the missing link version. Let me see if I can pull that up for you really fast. So, now this is definitely one of those cases where if you're very particular about it, or if you're not very particular about it, you might not notice. Let me see if this will come out well. So, I'm not sure if you can pick it up, but the yellow on his hood is a much different shade of yellow than the rest of the body. And it really does look bad to me in person. And again, I don't know if this is showing up too here's another one. So you can see the yellow here, and this is really clanky. So the plastic yellow and then the painted yellow, they really don't match up too well. So they're like on the feet, this section, the forearms, and the hood, and it's just like, no, not great. Let me see if there's another. So in car mode, it looks really like it looks like he's got all kinds of different colors. So you can see back here, here. It's just definitely one of those things where if it's not a huge deal to you, you probably aren't going to notice it. But for me, it was like, ugh. So I'm going to get this new one because wow, really happy with that one. AJ, I'm hoping that Astro Train is mistransformed. His chest looks weirdly proportioned and is the wrong color. Where did I put my image of Astro Train so we can look at it again? There he goes. Maybe I should do this and pull up Astro Train from the movie. All right, there we go. Let's just do this one. I see what you're saying. All right, so AJ said wrong color for his chest. This is the Studio Series version they showed, and here is the Transformers model, which of course was replicated with the movie. So definitely looks a little different. The colors, I'm curious about what you're saying about the mistransform because it does look like there's certainly some elements with this figure. Of course, these are not the cleanest that are very different. And the wings should have that gray tip as well. I mean, sorta, but not really. Yeah, he does have some noticeable differences. Still gonna get it because I don't have one, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, Justin, we need Yellow Jacket too. Let me see if I can pull that really quickly. So Austin sent this along for that outfit. Here you go. And this is the costume. I assume that you and Ryan were both talking about. It's a cool look. And yeah, she needs more costumes, more figures. Super 7 Ninja Turtle line looks cool. Then Doom, being broke from action figures. This is the way. AJ, for Wasp outfits, I hope we get the Earth's Mightiest Heroes look. Can't think of any more comic appearances that matches, but I would love to see it. Jamelin, Jeff, who do you want to see next for cops? What do you think? 3 figures per wave, once or twice a year? I mean, there's so many cool characters from cops that let me just see if I can get boy, trigger line cops. Let's see here. Oh, let me see here. I'm trying to see if I can just get a mass one where I can show. Let's see. Okay. So it looks like Toy Arc has a pretty cool wide image with pretty solid resolution that I can pull up. All right. So let me see my guy. Oh, he's not here, of course. Mace would be fun. I always like Mace's look. Long arm, buttons McBoom boom. Big boss. I feel like you gotta get. Where is my guy? I can't believe this one. And Berserko, because I still have this figure. Let me pull up another one that has more of the classic characters because I can't believe this one didn't have them. I mean, Sundance would be another one that I would absolutely want. Bowser and Blitz. See, I feel like it's just, yeah, I want all of them. And I definitely don't want to have to wait a long time to build it out. Here's Long Arm. And I still have that figure because he kind of works as a nice stand in as a police officer. But yeah, I would want him too because Reminds me, I'm gonna reread that Cops book that DC put out. It was fun. Pixelated poses. And Springer is amazing. I got back into Transformers because of him. I agree. So I don't think I answered your question though, Jamelin. Long Arm, Sundance, Bowser and Blitz, Buttons Big Boom Boom, Berserko. That's already 5. I guess those would be the ones I'd want to see next, but all of them really. Eric T, one of my favorites as a kid, Hardball for Jajo Classified. I want to see him too. I mean, I love his whole grenade launching deal. Harry G, 53 watching, 45 likes, not bad, but we can do better. Surely you can do better. DJ Jedi, bulletproof, shut up and take my money. It looks like Sunstreaker's made out of Kraft cheese singles. Ryan Daly, I got that Autobot 5-pack. Now I just need updated Prowl, Blue Streak, and Huffer with blue opaque windows, plus an updated Mirage. Yes. Jalen, oh, okay. I see what you mean about Sunstreaker. I think it was on clearance when I got him, so no biggie. Yeah. Ski He's a vain character, too. What did you do to me, Hasbro? Yes. Yes. He's one, and yellow is such a tricky color for them to paint on basically any figure. So I try to give him a little leeway. It's just the matching yellows were really off, especially for a Transformer where you need it to all look uniform. Kind of threw me off. Rick H, I had a Wonder Woman figure with paint mixed shades like your Sunstreaker, and the Game Reverse Psylocke also minorly has this issue. Robert, Wasp legit could have a dozen figures and still wouldn't cover most of her looks. The world says to me, grow up. I say, never. Never. Eric T, we absolutely need Retro Valkyrie. Jalen, if you want a more accurate Astro Train, the Fan Toys Thomas is pretty cool. They did a toy in a cartoon colorway. Would it fit in with Studio Series figures? I did not. Oh, that's cool. And then would I need to get another one? Would I need to get a Unicron? Unicron. Oh, really? After Bad Vibes. Oh, sweet. That's exciting. Maurice, my favorite clone trooper is probably I guess he needs to be Captain Rex, but I really like Commander Cody too. Tommy Two Tone. Man, they were so fun. Justin, I'm getting into Biker Mice from Mars, all because of Nacelle having the rights to Trek. That spot looks fascinating. Fascinating, Jim. Yes. All right. Now we're going to go back into all these star comments. What do you want to see this weekend? Toy Fair. We're not going to see 8,000 figures show up on display. It might be 2 or 3 Marvel Legends, 2 or 3 G.I. Joe Classified Series figures. Might be, well, McFarlane might go off, but what do you want to see? And try to be realistic with it. Not every figure on your wish list, because we're not going to see everything. We're not going to see any WWE figures for sure. Robert Hayes, thank you for the $10 super chat, my friend. Sorry I'm late, chat. Happy Thursday, Figure File Spam. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. You indeed rock. Big spender. We appreciate it. I think the fans' toys would scale large, but to me, that's fine considering his alt mode's probably true. Because, if he's going to fit everyone in there, that was always funny because it was like, how is Megatron shrinking so they can hold him? And how's Astro Train fitting everyone? And I feel like, was that the only time that he fit all the Decepticons inside of his space shuttle mode? I know Skylinks did, but I'm trying to think where other ones. And Jetfire randomly could fit other people too. All right, I am going to go to everyone else before I get to the new comments. So let me do this. Let's see. Jibru, I'm going to try to choose one. So I'll do 2. Marvel Legends, Morning Mutants. I don't want the one body. Yeah, okay. So we did kind of cover that one. For Mondo, release dates for their real Ghostbusters, Janine and Lewis, Marvel Legends again, Kate Bishop and Clint Barton, as they appeared in the Matt Fraction Hawkeye run. Yes. Oh, all about the villains. X-Men 97, San Diego Comic-Con Beast. Let's go! Why do you want to see him in San Diego? Let's get him sooner so we can get a smaller one later. Brian P. with a reveal of New Mutants Magic. I'd also like to see the figures of New Mutants Cannonball and Doug Ramsey as advertised on the Onslaught and Diamond Emma Frost figures. Is Hasbro ever going to reveal that Exodus figure from last year's rumor list? Maybe. I mean, the rumor lists aren't always dead on to when we see the figures, but we do see them. Then Doom. I need to see Jada Toys Invincible line as well as Super Sevens. I don't care about Super Sevens Invincible line, but I hope this does not slow down or hinder Jada from doing more Invincible figures. Lawson. What I want to see? Smart Hulk. Hopefully soon. Jamelin. With that said, I'm curious to see if we'll get to see any new upcoming DC or Ninja Turtles items from Mattel. Yeah, I feel like the DC stuff, we may have to wait until July at the earliest. I mean, what we may see are the kids versions. That could be something we could see. And then people will go, this DC line is terrible. They should have never given it back. But we'll see. Maurice, I'd love to see the rest of the New Mutants, Beast, and Power Pack from Marvel Legends. The Power Pack set seems like it would be so easy. And they don't have to drag it out for 5 years. They can just do a box set, call it a day, and maybe we can include some stuff for them. Get the little glider wings, Tattletale in the mix too, and we're all good. We don't need to do anything else with them. Rick Cage, Jeffrey, we all know Rick Cage is looking for representation. Where are my milestone Dakotaverse? People of color figures, huh? Hopefully we'll see some. Good time to show off Vixen. Eric, I want to see Marvel Legends re-release that Doom from the 60th 2-pack on a Secret Wars card. That would make sense. Kind of surprising they didn't now that you mention it. All right, now back to the chat. Let's see. Retro Robo, I wouldn't mind an X-Men 97 Beast or Bastion reveal. Guess it would be time for an X-Men 97 version of Bastion. Ski Raider, more Jada, more Classified, more Brutal Realm, more Savage Crucible, more awesomeness. Hopefully. Black Series Star Wars, please. Hopefully. Blake, well, we know that Marvel Legends is also getting into Turtles with the tease of that sewer cover. We'll see what they do. I know we're going to see a couple. That's what Dan said. All about the villains. We're going to see the Hulk or Samson and the tease for 97 Beast or Globulus. That'd be fun. Ryan says, I think we can see as much as a dozen classified figures, but not all are going up for pre-order right away. It's exciting. Oh man, I'm so glad I have a free weekend to just cover everything going on in Toy Fair. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing lots of videos. Eric T, I hope G.I. Joe team reveals Globulus finally. I feel like that might be the first time in recorded history people are saying that. They're actually looking forward to seeing Globulus. But how much will he be and what will they do? I mean, will they make his tail like something that they can coil up into that pod? Will it just be a swappable thing? Because he still needs to be able to rise up on the tail. He's one I would understand that they would take some time to figure out how to execute him. Will the tail be soft goods? Will it be plastic so it can support his weight from his torso? And the tail has some segmented articulation. Maybe we can see. Robert Hayes, why no WWE figs, Jeffrey? Because they don't normally show up. Like Mattel didn't really have a lot of stuff for Toy Fair. It's just not something they tend to go to. David Anos, I would like to see a Spider-Man animated series Punisher. Okay. Snake Guys, I want to see a Jack of Hearts and Yellow Jacket figure. Ski Ritter, Jeff Fire, same thing. Omega Supreme. I can't figure out what you said there. Brian B, for the love of Angus Scrim, I want NECA to make an ultimate tall man. Boston, I feel like the heads from the new Black Widow from Widow Quicksilver 2-pack would work well for Wasp custom looks. Maybe. Snake Eyes, Bullseye, Daredevil, Born Again. I think we will see him. AJ, I think it would be cool to see a second wave of Invincible from Jada, but I'm not holding my breath. Why is that? Lawson. I like to see Doug Ramsey's head released on a bigger onslaught figure with that cheap ribbon style wire cape with powered up absorbent arms. Rick Hayes loves Super 7, no matter what they say about him. Dev, Jeffrey. I know I should put my name so everybody knows it is Jeffrey, not Lyle. How are you feeling about the new Thor face sculpts? I'm not a huge fan of the smiling one, but the rest of them do work pretty well. Pixelated poses. I like to see Scott's X-Men Alaska team in From the Ashes. I also want to see a third-party Ultimate Batman, Ultimate Superman, and Ultimate Absolute. That's yes, an Absolute Wonder Woman. Why third party? I feel like we're going to see a bunch of those figures real soon. Robert Hayes, Legends needs to re-release the Cabal 3-pack, please. I mean, if they just did Taskmaster and Iron Patriot, I'd be happy. Because, gosh, that thing sold out so fast. Jibru, Big Barda, Fleecy, Marvel Legends Doc Samson, and X-Men 97 Beast. Vin Doom. Reminder while getting news from Toy Fair, make sure you're taking care of the significant other for Valentine's Day. Excuse me. Yes, she's going to be working, so I'm in the clear. I could do all kinds of stuff until she gets home. Jalen, hopefully Hasbro takes notes from the Motu Lady Slither and the Steakman Tales. I've seen this figure, but now I want to see how it looks. There you go. Great. I assume you're talking about the Origins one, right? Excuse me. That looks good. What are you talking about with the rest? And I love how they keep trying to go, hey, don't you want to get something? And it's like everything is gone, guys. There's nothing to buy. There's so many more Snakeman figures to get. And hopefully we'll see more of them. Sword of the Serpent. So yeah, I mean, this is a great execution of that. Jamlin, do you have that figure? And how does it work in execution in hand? Because it looks good. Curious on that one. David Thanos. Does anybody have an extra Nemesis Enforcer they would like to trade? Skew Ritter. Globulus with la, 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 voice chip. Excited for him. We'll have that will provide the la la la. Yes. Brian P. I second the re-release of the Cabal pack. At the very least, put that Norman Osborn Iron Patriot on a single card. Yeah, he's absolutely needed. Olu, thank you as well for the $9.99 super chat, my man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry, it took me so long to see that. I think you just posted it, so I didn't have you waiting forever on that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Lawson, I wonder will Doc Samson be the classic Shazam? Doc Samson or the John Byrne ponytail Samson. And see what's really interesting with him. I wouldn't be upset with either outfit choice. He is one of the rare characters where they have like a costume, like an A and B, and I'm fine with either one. I will be absolutely happy with either one. I love that ponytail look. It was like pouchy before pouches became cool. The Shazam shirt was awesome too. Yeah, I would love either one and would still want the other one whenever they get to it. Robert, Jada Toys Mystery Machine would be awesome. That would be fun. Pixelated poses. Cannonball. Poet legs. Snake Eyes. Jada Toys Zero for Mega Man. I thought they showed him. Oh, Justin. Retro Snake Eyes version 2. Yeah, that would be great. Maurice, I think I've seen a Kid Bashes of the Punisher for the Punisher Nick Fury pack. Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think I've seen some of those too. Lawson, I feel like if that Max Thor was on Little House on the Prairie, he'd be Giles Ingalls. Well played. In unison, synchronize everyone. La, 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 la. Why I'm not Bobo? Hi, Jeff. We talked about Marvel Legends yet? Yes. I hate the black Daredevil logo. Thor seems small. Why is his eyebrow Why are his eyebrows not blonde? Look at his head sculpt and wonder if there's something off and notice the eyebrow. I did not notice the eyebrows. Maurice, next month I am thinking about collecting Hulkbuster Iron Man armor. Which is your favorite Iron Man armor? Very predictably, the first Iron Man armor that I saw, the classic one, the one that was in the absolute most. But my other one is this one. Oops. Let me see. Because I feel like it's going to show several. I will go with this is my second one because the first one is clearly classic look. But my second favorite Iron Man armor, because I absolutely love this run so much, is the George Perez Kurt Busiek run. So we're pretty close to doing this, and we got that Iron Man. I think it turned out pretty well, although it doesn't quite do the venting of the armor. The light up paneling as great as it appears in the comic. Got that Black Panther. I really want that Firestar and that look. Cap and his energy shield was fun. Thor, we have him, but it's time for an update. This is the origin. Sweet. David Thanos for sure. I'm not going to wait for a discount if the Cabal 3-pack comes out. Yeah. Because everything else was discounted heavily. Showing up at Ross for $15. This one, it's gone, Jim. It's gone. Dark Knight. I would like to see the full reveal of the LPZZ UPF Hush Batman and promo the Superman figure. Maybe they will. Kirby Hulk. We do need him too, Justin. Snake Eyes. Hope to see Marvel Legends She-Hulk from the Toy Biz Blob. I'm trying to remember that look. We do need more She-Hulk figures. We've got two really good ones, but we do need some more still. Rick Cage, more K-pop Demon Hunter figures, please. Now that's where we get some sound chip action. Jalen, I do have her. It works great. They even included an adapter so that it works with male or female bodies. That is cool. It's a great idea. Olu for the win. Indeed. David Thanos, that Galabulus is going to take up a lot of space. Yes. What up, bro shot? How you doing tonight? Jalen, that tail is very posable and can support the figure's weight standing, which as we know would be a first for Man, that was so disappointing getting that figure and like, what am I supposed to do with this? Terrible. Ryan Daly, MOC, MCU Doc Sansa with the likeness of Phil from Modern Family. Yeah, that was interesting casting. Maybe they'll show off the Royal Guard. Well, they have basically, but yeah. Vin Doom. Speaking of the Maximum Legends line, maybe they should make it in the Jack Kirby style line, but still call it Maximum. I think that would sell too. Lost in the Thor figures I want most is Donald Blake and Sigurd Jarlson 2-pack. Where's Chief? Robert Hayes. Speaking of Iron Man armors, which one goes to the Max Thor they announced? Which armor would that? Let's see. Oh, I think this is that one. Because they love switching up the look for him all the time. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. They were rebranding so often, and I thought, man, what was that era? Let me see here. I think maybe this would work if I can find the Iron Man. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is probably one that you could use, this black and gold. And this one really needs an update because they used a really, really, really old mold for this one of the MCU versions. And that armor is pretty cool, but the old one is terrible. That's the Thor. So this is kind of what everybody's rocking around that time period. So Iron Fist and the yellow and the white outfit, Doc Strange. Beast in his, I don't know what phase of his life he's in at this point. Cap, oh yeah, Bruce Banner, Hulk with the haircut, the non-hippie version. Rogue, we do have this one. There's that Fraction Hawkeye that Jibru wants to see. So that's probably the closest one on that. Justin, re-releasing of Amazing Friends, Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Friends Spidey and a new Firestar. What do you need to see with Firestar? They increased her articulation, gave her the double jointed elbows, and I thought she had the bicep articulation too. And then Captain America shield that clips onto the 20th cap shield with the square holes in it. Jeff is rapid firing comments. Stream is ending soon. We've almost hit the 2-hour mark. What's up, Hustle SM? How are you? Classic Ironmonger, please? You mean another one? Because they did release a really cool Build-A-Figure. Extremis armor? I don't think so. I guess they do Extremis. He'd be a tricky one for them to do because they kind of max out their Iron Man figures all along. Heroic Age. I was like, it's not Marvel now. But they keep changing in all these different eras. And I was like, what is this? Yes. Why is it just this poster? That's weird. But here you go. So this era is almost done. And I don't think they've actually given us. If they have, they need to do another version of it. But yeah. The Heroic Age was something. Updated Captain Marvel. What would you like to see updated with her? Okay, Chia here. For a new Firestar, why not her 90s look like for Maximum Carnage? Marvel Now Cap updated. That's the one that they probably need to update too. All right. Well, I rapid fired through all the comments and actually wrapped it up. So, like I said, this weekend I will be on the horn reporting all the cool reveals. Not sure if I'm going to do a live. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just do recorded versions. But either way, I will be actually, since it's Valentine's Day and I don't want y'all to get in trouble, I'll record it so you can watch it at your leisure. And I might just break it up. I might do one big, massive one. But let me know what y'all want to say or want to see. And I'm just making sure I don't miss anything. Cool. All right. Well, that's it for me. Next Wednesday, I'll be back with the fellas for another edition of Movie Files. And of course, next week, 7 days from now, I will be back on lamenting the closing, waning hours of the Winter Olympics. So hopefully you'll enjoy. Go Team USA. For now, thanks so much for tuning in and watching. I'll be back real soon because there'll be a lot to talk about over the course of the weekend. So for now, this episode of Loud's Figure Files has been filed.